Have you ever just stopped and thought about how you, well, move? Walking, talking, even just blinking your eyes. It's this incredible, perfectly choreographed dance between two partners we barely even notice, our bones and our muscles. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this amazing partnership and see how this internal machinery pulls off the miracle of movement every single second of every single day. Okay, right now, wherever you are, just try something for me. Go ahead, stand up, maybe flex your bicep. Now take a really deep breath. See, you just told this complex biological machine, your body, to do three totally different things. But here's the interesting question. How much of that did you actually have to think about? Flexing your arm? Yeah, that's a choice. A smile? That's a choice too. But what about that deep breath? I mean, sure, you can control it if you want to, but most of the time, breathing just happens, right? And that, right there, is what this is all about. The seen and the unseen work our body is constantly doing for us. To really get how we move, we have to start at the beginning with the foundation. We have to talk about the body's framework. And it's as simple and as powerful as that. The skeletal system is the framework of bones in your body. Seriously, think of it like the steel beams of a skyscraper. It gives you structure, support, and it protects all the important stuff inside. Without it, we'd basically be a puddle. Yeah, pretty crucial, right? But, a framework can't move all by itself. It needs power. It needs an engine. And that, my friends, brings us to our second key player, the muscular system. And the scale we're talking about here is just wow. It's not 10 muscles, it's not 100. We are talking about over 600 muscles in your body, all working together to power this incredible machine. That is an absolutely huge team working behind the scenes. And their job is so much more than just lifting heavy things. Nope, these guys are multitasking masters. In fact, right now, as you're listening to me, your muscles are holding you upright, they're stabilizing your joints, and they're even generating the heat that's keeping you warm. Oh, and one of them is pumping blood to literally every part of your body. No big deal. So this is where we see this really cool division of labor. On one side, you've got the voluntary muscles. These are the ones you're the boss of. You decide to wave your arm, they do it. But on the other side, you have the involuntary muscles. They're the silent, automatic workforce. Your heart beating, your stomach digesting, all of it happening without you ever having to think about it. They just run on autopilot. Okay, so now we know there are basically two types of control, right? The ones you think about and the ones you don't. So let's meet the actual players on the team. Turns out there are three very different types of muscles, and each one has a super specific job. First up, we've got the skeletal muscles. These are the movers and shakers. And just like their name says, they're attached to your skeleton. Every single time you decide to walk, run, or pick something up, you're firing up these guys. They're the stars of your local gym, the ones you can see working. Next, we have the smooth muscles. These are the unseen workers. You find them deep inside, in the walls of your internal organs, like your stomach and your intestines. They work completely automatically, doing things like pushing your food along so you can digest it. You don't feel them, but trust me, they are hard at work for you right now. And finally, we have the undisputed all-star of the group, the cardiac muscle. This stuff is totally unique. It's an involuntary muscle found only in one place, your heart. And here's the craziest part. It never, ever gets tired. It is literally built to contract and relax over and over for your entire life. What a champion. Okay, so we've got the framework, the skeleton, and we've got the engine, the muscles. But they aren't working alone, not by a long shot. They are part of a much bigger, totally interconnected team. The big picture here is that none of these systems work in a bubble. It's kind of like this Lego block. Movement isn't just about one piece doing all of the work. It's about how all the different pieces snap together perfectly. The musculoskeletal system is a major player for sure, but it relies on a whole support crew to get anything done. Just think about it for a second. For one single muscle to move, it needs that whole support team. Your nervous system is the command center, zapping it with an electrical signal to contract. Your circulatory system is the high-speed delivery service, rushing in oxygen-rich blood. And where does that oxygen come from? The respiratory system. And the fuel to burn it all? That comes from your digestive system. It's this beautiful, high-speed supply chain that's running all the time. All right, now that we've seen the blueprints and we've met the team, let's wrap this up with a few amazing facts that just go to show how incredible your body really is, day in and day out. All right, pop quiz time. Let's see what you've picked up. True or false on these three statements. First, the strongest muscle is in your leg. Second, your heart muscle never rests. And third, you use 12 muscles to smile. Go on, take a second. Got your answers locked in? Okay, let's see how you did. Is the strongest muscle in your leg? Yes, it is, the gluteus maximus. So that's true. Does your heart muscle ever rest? Nope, it beats about 100,000 times a day. That is also true. And finally, does it take 12 muscles to smile? Ah, that's false. It actually takes 17. And get this, it takes a whopping 43 muscles to frown. So it is literally less work to be happy. So, from the solid framework of your bones to the tireless engine of your muscles, your body is performing this incredible symphony of movement every single day. The next time you smile, or take a step, or even just feel your own heartbeat, maybe take a second to remember the amazing unseen team that makes all of it possible. What part of this hidden world will you notice today?